Will the House come to order? Mr. Clerk?
Aloha and good afternoon. Today's invocation will be delivered by Representative Amy A. Peruso. Will the members who wish to participate please rise?
Please be seated. Aloha mai kako. I've been thinking about the fertile field for policymaking created by the 1978 Constitutional Convention, especially in its establishment of the principle that vai, or water, along with land, air, minerals, and energy sources, are held in public trust. This means, as we all understand, that the state has the authority and the duty to preserve the rights of present and future generations with respect to these natural resources. Healthy soil for good policymaking was further cultivated at the CONCON with the articulation of the constitutionally protected right to privacy, the creation of OHA with its mandate to preserve and protect Hawaiian language and culture, and the codification of a vision of Hawaii as a bilingual community with 2 official languages. But as anyone who grew up on a farm or a ranch knows, substantive production requires multiple cycles of creativity and hard work, years of manure shoveling, a commitment to physical labor, and a willingness to make challenging decisions. It also requires you to put yourself in uncomfortable and oftentimes unsafe situations, as when a mare needs support with foaling, or a rambunctious ram gets cut up by the fencing and needs to be stitched up. You have to decide which of the young bull calves should be castrated to become steers that will end up feeding community, and which will be nurtured for the purposes of reproduction. You have to do your best to protect your livestock and your crops from predators while acknowledging and understanding the larger food chain. And you have to acknowledge both that everything matters in that everything is interconnected and contributes to the success or failure of the harvest, and also, ultimately, that you have little to no control over the context in which you are working. This perspective helps me appreciate the work of the 1978 Constitutional Convention even more deeply, because there was a great deal of community pain, labor, resilience, and vision that were plowed into the soil of that moment. As cultivators ourselves, I hope that we too will be able to contribute to present and future cycles of wisdom, foresight, and openness, producing harvests of protection and provision for future generations. Mahalo.
Thank you, Representative Peruso. Item 1, roll call. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Ayu, Mr. Alcos, Ms. Amato,
Excuse.
Ms. Bellotti, Mr. Chun, Ms. Cochran, Mr. Evslin, Mr. Ganadin, Mr. Garcia, Mr. Garrett, Mr. Gates, Mr. Hashem, Mr. Holt, Ms. Hussey Burdick, Ms. Ichiyama,
Excuse.
Ms. Kahaloa, Ms. Capella, Mr. Kila, Ms. Kitagawa, Mr. Kobayashi, Mr. Kong, Ms. Lachika, Ms. Lamasal,
Excuse.
Ms. Lowen, Ms. Martin, Ms. Martinez, Mr. Matayoshi,
Excuse.
Ms. Matsumoto, Mr. Miyake, Ms. Mizuno, Ms. Morikawa, Ms. Nakamura, Mr. Nakashima, Mr. Nishimoto, Mr. Onishi, Ms. Peruso, Mr. Pirik, Ms. Poepoe, Mr. Quinlan, Mr. Saiki, Mr. Sayama, Ms. Souza, Mr. Takayama, Ms. Takenouchi, Mr. Tam, Mr. Tarnas, Mr. Todd, Mr. Ward, Mr. Woodson, Mr. Yamashita, Mr. Speaker.
Present.
Mr. Speaker, 47 members are present, 4 are excused.
Thank you. Item 2, reading of the journal. Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, may this matter be deferred.
So ordered. Item 3, Mr. Clerk, are there any messages from the governor?
Mr. Speaker, there are none.
Item 4, Mr. Clerk, are there any Senate communications?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, we are in receipt of a communication returning the noted House bill having passed third reading in the Senate.
Representative Nakamura.
Mr. Speaker, I move to disagree to the amendments made by the Senate to the noted House bill.
Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Members, any discussions? All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. Members, are there any introductions? Representative Pruso.
Mr. Speaker, I'd like to introduce my staff who are in the gallery. So if you could please stand when I call your name. My office manager, Yvonne Euro, my legislative aide, Isis Osborne, and my committee clerk, Diego Carranza, who have done amazing work for me this session, and I'm really grateful to have them working for us. Welcome to your House of Representatives. And Mr. Speaker, if I might be allowed one more introduction. So behind me, I cannot see them, but earlier I saw old friends Jasmine Slovak and Auntie Lynette Cruz here, I imagine, with the Waianae Moku Kupuna Council. So welcome to our House of Representatives.
Representative Capella.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As a former Miss Hawaii, I'm really excited to introduce Nicole Strumpf, who is Miss Kona Coast and will be competing in the Miss Hawaii competition later this year. Welcome to your House of Representatives.
Representative Gates.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In the gallery today, we have some Senate honorees. Please hold your applause and please rise when I call your organization. Our first organization is the West Side Striking Group. This is a free boxing program offered to West Side youth. As you can see, we have a lot of youth here with us today. Today we honored Coach Mike on the Senate side with Senator Shimabukuro. Our second group is our second honoree, Senate honoree, which is the Makaha Learning Center. Please rise. These folks offer free job training programs for at-risk youth as well as adults in our community on the west side. They offer free programs that teach our residents how to install solar as well as do carpentry, plumbing, and other types of training that nature. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, we have our Waianae Moku Kupuna Council. This extraordinary group of kupuna really serve as an advisory group to your West Side legislators, Mr. Speaker. They offer a wealth of knowledge and wisdom that help guide us to make the right decisions for our community. I just want to mahalo all three organizations for being here today. Welcome to your House of Representatives. Mr. Speaker, may I have their names inserted into the journal?
So ordered.
Mahalo.
Representative Keela.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Following my colleague from Waianae, I would like to recognize some constituents from Nanakuli, Mr. and Mrs. Ed Werner. Mr. Werner serves on the DOT's Highway Advisory Council. And as many of you know, Mr. Werner has worked tirelessly in the state since 2014, advocating for safer streets and stricter laws to protect individuals from drunk drivers. Welcome to your folks' House of Representatives.
With no further introductions, let's move on to our item 5, order of the day, floor presentations. Mr. Clerk, are there any floor presentations?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, we have one floor presentation today. House Resolution number 213, congratulating the Boys and Girls Hawaii High School Athletic Association championship teams from Mililani High School, the Trojans. This resolution is offered by Representative Matsumoto.
Representative Matsumoto.
Mr. Speaker, I move to adopt the resolution.
Representative Lachika.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
It has been moved and seconded that the resolution be adopted. Any discussion? Representative Matsumoto.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of the Hawaii State House Representatives, I would like to honor the Mililani High School state champions. This year, Mililani High School Athletics has achieved several state championship wins in boys soccer, girls swimming, and wrestling. As a former Trojan athlete myself, I am beyond proud of the athletic success of my alma mater. Winning a state championship takes time and dedication, and these student athletes have committed countless hours to their respective sports. I'd also like to thank the parents, families, coaches, teachers, and administrators who've helped these student athletes get to where they are today. Representing Mililani, we have 7 athletes on the chamber floor. First, I would like to recognize the Mililani High School boys soccer team for a phenomenal season and winning the 2024 state championship victory against the defending champions, Iolani. Mililani High School has had a perfect 16-0 record, with 14 out of 16 of their games being shutouts. They had a high scoring rate with 19 of their 29 players scored during the season, and their team excelled both on and off the field. I'd like to honor a few of them now. First, we have Parker Patterson. Parker is a senior defender for the Mililani High School varsity team. He's a team captain, and his leadership skills have made him a key player on the team and someone who the other players look up to. Congratulations, Parker. Next, we have Justin Tilton. Justin is also a team captain and a senior defender for the Mililani High School varsity boys team. Justin had the championship game-winning goal, which allowed the Trojans to defeat Iolani and made them the state champs. Congratulations, Justin. Next, we have Mao Uyanga-Lele. He is the last team captain and a senior defender on the team, and he is one of the lead scorers with 7 goals this season. Congratulations, Mao. Next, we have Skylar Vale. Skylar is a senior midfielder for the Mililani High School team, and he led the offense. He scored 14 goals this season, which is the highest number of goals scored. Congratulations, Skylar. Next, we have Maddox Dax Flanders. He is a senior goalkeeper for the team. He was crucial in helping the team achieve the 14 out of the 16 shutouts. Congratulations, Maddox. Also joining the soccer team, we have our swimmer. We have Belize Swartwood. Belize is a senior on the girls' varsity swim team and a dominant force in the water. She not only took home 1 championship title, but 2. She won the 200-yard individual medley in 2 minutes and 5 seconds, and the 500-yard freestyle in 4 minutes and 59 seconds. In addition to her stellar athletic career, she excels in other extracurricular activities as well as in the classroom. She plays the violin and the piano and is a member of the Honolulu Youth Symphony. Additionally, she has over a 4.0 GPA, and she'll be attending MIT in the fall, where she'll also be swimming. Congratulations, Belize. Last, I would like to recognize Jerusalem Moku Jackson, a senior on the Mililani High School varsity boys wrestling team. This is a special day for me because Moku is my neighbor, and I knew him from when he was little. He's not so little anymore. I am so proud of Moku. He won the state championship for his weight class of 190 pounds. And I'd also like to add that Moku is also a star swimmer, and he qualified for the state swimming championships, but unfortunately it was the exact same day as the OIA wrestling championships, and so he was unable to attend. And this hard decision paid off because he made it all the way to the finals, and towards the end of the match for the state championship, Moku was down 1 point and ended up defeating Colt McCready, a wrestler from St. Louis High School, with a takedown in the last 3 seconds for the win. An excellent season is due to this hard work and commitment he's put into wrestling on and off the mat. Congratulations, Moku. I'll now yield my time to the other representative from Mililani.
Representative Lachika.
Hello, Mr. Speaker. I would now like to recognize the athletes of the Mililani High School varsity boys soccer team. So when I call your name, please stand. Please remain standing, and for everyone, please hold your applause until the end. First is we have head coach Steve McGehee, Tyler Cole Tamashiro, Kanoa Zarko, Merrick Tambio, Kai Martin, Tayden Lau, Jackson Costner, Caleb Ishizaka, Landon Lum, Elijah Cooney, Ethan Funtanilla, Dylan Lum, Kaylin Taguchi, Tenku Yamasaki, John Campos, Riken Ige, Isaiah Sakihara, and then our team managers, Amanda Matsushima, Lily Heatherly, Ava Kabasu, Tyson Nakashima, Kainoa Toves, Jared Toledo, and we also have the wrestling coaches in the gallery. Jamie Keehu, Tyler Diamond, and our swimming coach, Grant Bramer. If you could please stand to be recognized. Congratulations on a job well done. Round of applause, everybody. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, I yield my time back to the other representative from Mililani.
Representative Matsumoto.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd also like to recognize, they didn't get recognized earlier, but where would we be without the water boys? If you guys can please stand up. Come on, guys. Stand up. But I'd also like to recognize we have several parents in the gallery. If you can stand up. The students wouldn't be where they were today without your time, commitment, and love. So if we can give the parents a big round of applause. Congratulations again to the Mililani High School Trojans. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Members, all those in favor say aye. The motion is carried. Representative Matsumoto, please proceed with the certificate and late presentation. All right, members, the chair will call recess to allow the members of the House to meet and congratulate the honorees. Recess. Will the House come to order? Item 6, reports of standing committees. Members, please note the 48-hour notice for HSCR number 1069-24. Representative Nakamura?
Mr. Speaker, I move to adopt Standing Committee Report number 1070-24 as listed on page 2, and that House Bill number 1800 as amended pass second reading and be placed on the calendar for third reading.
Representative Morikawa?
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Any discussion on STANCOM Report 1070-24? Representative Garcia?
With reservations.
So ordered. Members, will be taking a voice vote. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. Item 7, members, are there announcements? Representative Matsumoto?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Many of you have already figured it out, but you have your ballot on your desk for our Easter Bunny and Easter Chick. So if you want to fill that out now, you can, and you can put it in the basket right here. Or if you want to really debate and deliberate on who you'd like to be the Easter Bunny and Easter Chick, if you can please deliver it to my office 302 by Friday. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative Garrett?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Prior to adjournment today, may I just ask this body to observe a moment of silence in recognition of the terrible, heartbreaking tragedy that happened yesterday in Monroe Valley. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative Gates?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Your West Side legislators want to invite all members of the House to lunch in room 016 in honor of our Senate nominees that were brought down to the floor. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative Martinez?
Also, please join us at room 325. We have the Filipino Caucus Media Day, and we're also serving food. After you have your lunch at 016, you come to 325 for more food, and of course for more entertainment. We will be teaching you how to dance the Nikling by Representative La Chica and Representative Mizuno. Please join us. Room 325 from 2 to 4. Thank you.
All right, members, with no further announcements, Representative Morikawa?
Mr. Speaker, I move that this House stand adjourned until 12 o'clock noon tomorrow.
Representative Garcia?
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. The House stands adjourned until 12 noon tomorrow.